Well, hello tiny house land. I've been having a bipolar week, so I haven't been posting any of my videos. I'm sorry about that. Right here you can see I have my countertop glued down, or it's in the process of being glued down. I have used every single clamp that I own to do it, so I hope that corner over there stays down. Plus I got a big thing of water on it holding it down over there because I ran out of clamps. But so the sink's gonna go in there. It's hanging out down there right now. It's all connected to the water. Don't turn on the faucet! Oh yeah, don't do that. There's gonna be water all over the floor. I need to fix the drain spout. It's too far down, and the sink's too far up or something, so I need to add a little bit of an extension on there to make it be able to go up comfortably, because it's not wanting to seat on the sink properly and it's leaking. So I need to either fix it, or buy a new thing here. See that? Come on, there we go. See that thing? Yeah, this is recycled obviously, but it leaks. And it didn't before, so I'm thinking that's just because of it being too low on the sink. So after this cures for a couple of days, I used liquid nails, the super strength construction adhesive. So hopefully that'll hold it down, because I didn't want any nail holes or anything on the top. My friend Kelsey and I are going to, well, I'm getting a few of the rocks from her. I don't know if she's going to help me, but I'm going to embed a few rocks and a few coins and stuff into this, and then I'm going to put this glaze coat. It's the same stuff they have on bars. If you go to a bar and you see that hard plastic stuff on the tables and the bar top and stuff, that's what this is. And it's like, it advertises 70 coats of varnish in one application. 70, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna put that stuff on here. I have enough for 9 square feet. I only really have about 6 square feet to do, maybe a little more. So I'll have a little bit extra. So maybe I will end up making some cool little thing out of that. I don't know, but so my floor is in completely. I don't have any trim up yet, of course, on the bottom, but I realized before I could finish my trim I needed to put in the floor. So there we are, the floor is in. I have it in, sorry about that. I also have it into the bathroom. You can see I just need some caulking around the toilet, and that will look all pretty. I'm going to put a little piece of this on the side there going into the shower. And I also purchased, because I've been watching videos from friends of mine that have tiny houses, including oh, what is their name, me, my wife, and T. They're having a little baby pretty soon, named Joy. That's my sister's name. But anyways, they ended up having to install a fan and stuff into their bathroom because they're getting mold. And so I just decided before we even go there, I will just go ahead and buy the unit and install it. See, if you look in here, it's really heavy. If you look in here, you see there's a light, and then over there there's a fan, and that stuff is okay for it's okay for moisture. So I'm probably going to install that directly up over the shower and then vent it out the top. I'll vent it out the top over here somewhere, because it'll be coming, the box will be sitting up there. I'm not even sure how I'm going to get the thing in there. I might end up having to hang it above the toilet, but whatever. And then I'll run the exhaust out the back over there and out the side of the house. But yeah, so we're totally getting there. I'm kind of slacking on the trim today, and like I said, I've been having a couple of bipolar days, so I really haven't been doing a lot of work. But there's my cupboards. and the temporary position for those ones, they do bounce quite a bit of light in, so that's good. They bounce light back. I still think I'm going to put one up in here too, a mirror in here to bounce some light back. I did buy the light for my kitchen, but I haven't installed it yet. I need to cut the end off and run it up to this wire and put a hole through the bottom of the thing, and I want to attach it to the bottom here like this. It's underneath here, because this is going to be my cooking area right here, and I want to have a good light right there for it. So it's just a little LED light, an old-fashioned one like the kind that they used to put in car tail lights, and it's not so bad. Here, I'll plug it in and show you. Right now it's still got a plug in on it, but I'm gonna hardwire it to my power supply, to this switch right here, so I can just turn it on and off. But it has a little switch here, see? It gets, you know, kind of bright, and there's the low setting, but you know, it'll light up this area well enough for me to be able to cook and stuff and be able to see my food. I get a little OCD when I can't see my food when I'm cooking, so this light will do good. And then, like I said, I'm hooking it up to this switch right here, so I'll be able to turn it on and off that way. I'll just either leave it on high or low on the little button switch there, and then my regular light switch will do that. I bought some wooden covers, as you can see, for the lights and stuff. They're pretty expensive. For a pack of 6 was $19.99, and they called that the value pack. I needed 2 of those packs, and then this thing here was 5 something, and then the one with just 1 was 4 something. So I ended up spending almost $100 just on, well, I spent $200 last night just on those and that thing, and which I guess it kind of looks like that when it's in. It's the most cheapest one they had that had a light and a vent, so you know, it's the best I could do. So, alright, well, I just wanted to update everybody and let them know how far along I am. And I know I'm procrastinating on getting the rest of this finished. It's just, you know, I'm kind of overwhelmed right now. Trying to keep track of everything that still needs to be finished. And, you know, I'm sure you guys have had a stress headache before, an anxiety attack or something, and yeah, so for the last few days I've been kind of having one, and it's been making my progress slow, but I've only got really about a week's worth of work left, but I think it's probably going to take me 2 weeks to do it, and I'm hoping not, but I just don't want to say a week and then not be able to make it in a week. So I've still got to, you know, I've still got to put all the goop in all the holes after I get all the trim up, finally. Once it's all done, then I have to go around and I have to put goop in all the holes. I have to sand everything down. Then I have to put the tung oil on it. And then after that, all the tung oil's dried and set, I gotta run silicone around the edges and stuff. I still have all the outside trim to do as well, which I don't even have the material for that yet. No idea what I'm gonna put on that, because I don't have the material yet for that at all. I just simply do not have it. I don't have the money for it either right now, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that, but I'll get it. I mean, I'll get it finished. I'm down to about 150 bucks to try to get everything that I need to finish. 25 or so that's going to be for some outside white. I need some exterior white paint for the trim on the outside, and then I'm going to need some caulking. I have some caulking. It says interior exterior, but I'm going to buy some white caulking that says specifically exterior on it. And then maybe it'll actually last a little while. I'm a little weary of the stuff that says multi-use, you know, it's just, I know that they don't put the same stuff on the outside stuff as they do on the inside stuff for toxic reasons and stuff like that, so one that says indoor and outdoor I'm always kind of weary about. I'm probably going to end up having to paint my door I know I'm going to end up having to paint all the trim. But like the goop I said, this is what I mean by that. Like, see how right here I have these nail holes with all these, you know, big chunks taken out and stuff because of nail holes? Well, and I've got this powdery, chalky stuff from Elmer's that I put on there. I just keep putting it on there until it's smooth, until it's all the way smooth out like that. And then I take a sanding block and I smooth that out like that, so it's flush. See, now you can't. Where is it? There it is. See, now it's flush. It's still a different color, but it's at least flush, and you can't see the hole anymore like you can on the bottom. And then we'll paint over this, and then you'll never see the hole. And so that's what a majority of my finish work is going to be. I've got these little holes all over, especially in the trim. Where is that stuff at? Here it is. This is the stuff I'm going to be using for that. Elmer's wood filler. Repairs holes and gouges. And so, like in the trim, like this piece of trim right here, it has all these ugly nail holes and this big gap right here and stuff like that. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'll take this. Come on, open up. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. Open up, there we go. And then I watered this down a little bit so it was kind of runny. It looks like wooden colored snot, sort of. And then you just put that over your problem areas. This crack is going to take quite a bit. I'll have to go over the crack a couple of times and then sand it smooth to the same level as this because they're off. Actually, I think it just needs to be nailed in better. There we go. And then, you know, put that all up in these cracks and these little holes here and over the top of that nail hole there. And then I'll let this dry like this. And once it dries, I'll sand it off. And all those ugly holes that we just looked at a minute ago will look more like this. There's a crack I need to fill on this one. It's not quite done, but you can see how I've filled up the nail holes there on this piece of trim. See all the nail holes are covered up. Now granted, these ones are getting, I'm probably going to tongue oil these. I might paint them white. I've been going back and forth on what I want to do. I'm going to have lots of interior white paint, so I might just end up painting these interior window wraps white to match the window and everything else. And but all the like interior corners and the closet and stuff, I'll keep that wood colored. You know, like those ones up there, I'll keep all that stuff wood colored. But I still need to silicone it and, you know, seal up all the funky little spaces. Like, see how there's some spaces up there? I need to run a bead of caulking all the way across this whole seam, and then that will, come on, focus in, and then that will fix all that visually. And there's, I still need another piece of stick in there. But you guys can see, you know, I'm really getting there. I'm getting really close. I've got a couple of decisions I need to make with stain. This desk of mine is dark brown and it doesn't match anything in here. My friend, she likes the color and thinks that the stain color is nice. So I'm kind of contemplating I might stain the place. Instead for leaving it the raw wood color, I might stain it, but I don't know. I want to sit down and talk to her about it and, you know, really figure out, you know, because I kind of like the color too, but I don't really want to do the whole thing. I'm thinking maybe just like a brown stripe around that general area, around the lower area, and then leave the upper area light. I was also thinking maybe, you know, going from board to board and making it in different stained colors. Like originally, if you guys were seeing me in the planning phase, I was planning on staining every single board a different color and then putting it up. Granted, it's all hung now, so that would be a lot more hard now, but it's still doable. I could still do it. So I really don't know. I'm just, you know, it's one of the reasons why I've got a stress headache right now, because I'm just trying to figure out exactly how I want to finish it, because once I finish it, that's it, it's done. And, you know, I have to make up my mind about how I want it to look when I'm completely done. And once I do that, then I'll really be able to push forward and get her buttoned up, so I could show it off to everybody. Maybe have an open house party or something for anybody living in Washington, and or that might just want to come out and party for a day. Probably have something like that here in the next couple of weeks. Sometime probably, you know, between Halloween and Thanksgiving somewhere. And so it's not like a Halloween party open house or a Thanksgiving open house. It'd be just like an open house. And not to try to sell it. I'm not trying to sell it, but just, you know, to show it off, you know, let the public know that they're okay, you know, that it's cool for them to come and check it out that day. And other than that, make an appointment. You hear me? Make an appointment. I know, I'm just messing around. So, alright, well, that's all I can really tell you about the place today. Sorry about rambling so long, but I promised you guys a video on my progress, and here it is. So, alright, have a nice day. Bye-bye.